Getting all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here in the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers franchise here on Madden 25. That is right, we returned to the franchise, and in the last episode, we basically answered a question in that episode, and that is, do we really need a rebuild? This is still year number 1, and we currently sit with a record of 8-4, the number 3 seed in the entirety of the NFC playoffs. In year number 1, I couldn't ask for a better start. Now, obviously, this is going to hurt our off-season, and maybe in the long run hurt our rebuild, but if we can make the playoffs in year number 1 and have a solid run, then do we really think that's a bad season, even though it's year number 1 and we're trying to build the team in the long term? Like, I don't know. It's a very difficult thing to try to weigh. Do you want to be really, really bad in year number 1 so you get the best draft pick possible and then obviously then build like a traditional rebuild? Or do you want to take a team who is middling and then turn them into a solid playoff contender in the first season and maybe win a championship in year 1? I mean, that would be unbelievable if that would happen. I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. It's the NFL. Anything can happen. So, I don't know. It's tough, but I mean, we've got 8 wins already. We're almost, I'm not going to say we are a lock, but we're almost a lock to make the playoffs. Even if we don't finish as the top 3 seed, we're still probably a lock to win the division. The rest of the teams in the division are not super good. The Saints are still kind of right there with us. If they go on a little bit of a win streak, they can be right back in the division race. But for the most part, I think we've got it pretty much on lock, so we'll still make the playoffs, even if we don't end up as a top 3 seed, still as a top 4 seed, as a division winner. But I don't want to be just a top 4 seed. I want to be either the 1 or the 2 seed. I don't think we're going to be the 1 seed because the Cowboys have 11 wins already, and they're unbelievable. So I think our best opportunity is to be a 2 seed. Maybe we can get that with a couple more wins today. If you're going to enjoy this episode, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's go see if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can continue their hot season. Today we take on the Las Vegas Raiders, the Raiders. They're 5-7. They're not very good. We are a little bit better. We've been playing unbelievably well. We're going on a little bit of a win streak. If we take a look at the schedule, we're going on a little bit of a win streak here. We did unfortunately lose. Just think if we didn't lose to the Washington Commanders in week 1. Oh, but that, I mean, to be fair, that was my first ever game I played of Madden 25, so I was still getting used to the new game and everything. But we need to win. Look at this. We scored 28 points in 3 straight games. That's kind of funny. I didn't realize that. We did upset the Chiefs, which was pretty crazy. Then we go and we lose to the 49ers. If we would have beaten the 49ers and the Commanders, we'd already have 10 wins and we'd be unbelievable. But that's not the way things went. But we are on a back-to-back 20-game, 20-point streak, I guess is what I was trying to say. We have 2 wins in a row after the bye week. We take on the Raiders and maybe the Chargers today. I haven't decided if today's going to be a doubleheader or not. We're going to take on the Raiders and possibly the Chargers. So little AFC West matchups there. Then we have to go play the Cowboys, who I'm presumably are still going to have only a 1 loss by the time we play them. So that's going to be pretty intense. That might be the game of the year. Then we have the Panthers and the Saints to wrap it up. So 2 huge division matchups at the end of the season. Last time we played the Panthers was just last episode. We beat them 20-3. Wasn't really that much of a problem. We killed Bryce Young. The last time we played the Saints, we beat them 28-10. So both teams we've kind of controlled fairly easily in the division. The Saints are 6-6 right now, I think is what I saw when we took a look at them before I went to the schedule. So that's going to be probably deciding the division right there, at least this game. Unless we have enough wins right here to lock it up by the time we get to these games. Then these two wouldn't matter at all. It would only matter for our positioning in the playoffs, whether we're the 2 seed, the 3 seed, the 4 seed, whatever it may be. Or the 5 seed, I guess it would be. But whatever we end up being. So we've got an interesting end of the schedule. That Cowboy game is looming large, I will say. Looming very large. Last episode, we re-signed a couple extra players. The only guy left on this selection of guys that we need to re-sign, other than accepting the option of Trayvon Walker, which we will do at the end of the season, the only guy that I think I want to bring back is Greg Gaines, and he's not super expensive. I can give him a 2-year deal, maybe 3.5 and 4. I think he could like that. So not super expensive, but he's not ready to say yes just yet. So we do have to pay him a little bit more than I would want. I don't like that too much. He's being a little stingy. All right, it is time to take on the Vegas Raiders. I think we can beat them. I mean, I wouldn't see why not. Although the Raiders, any given Sunday, baby, any given Sunday, things can happen. We're going to rock our normal uniforms. Obviously, the Raiders are going to wear their silver and white. This is going to be a very good game. We're both evenly matched in terms of our team overalls, but we've been playing a little bit better. Even in that loss to the Niners, we've been playing a little bit better the past couple of games, so I have a good feeling about this one. We should be able to handle the Vegas Raiders. We're at home. It's a good environment. They've got Gardner Minshew as their quarterback. I mean, we've taken on better quarterbacks this year and still beaten them. I mean, we've beaten Patrick Mahomes, maybe the best quarterback in the league, so I would be super upset if Gardner Minshew, of all people, is the guy that carves me up, but that is pretty much how Madden works for me. I beat the good quarterbacks and lose to the bad quarterbacks, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully that doesn't happen. They do have Devontae Adams still. Obviously, he hasn't requested a trade in this series. And they'll start off with a run who only gets a yard. Okay, is that Zamir White? No, it's Alexander Madison. Former Minnesota Viking. Did he play anywhere else? I feel like he was just a Viking, because he was like that 1-2 punch with Dalvin Cook for a couple of years. I feel like he was only ever a Viking. He might have played somewhere else that I'm forgetting. Oh, that's another handout to Madison. He's going to get wrapped up first. It was, I think, Logan Hall who met him there, and then Cansey, or maybe it was Levante David. I think Levante David actually wrapped him up at the very end, and it's already a 3rd down and 9 situation on the first drive of the game for the Vegas Raiders. Gardner in the backfield, he will, or in the pocket to throw it, and he's going to get it. That very well could have been called for pass interference. They call that almost every single time that happens. Jacoby Myers drops it, thank God. And it'll be a turnover on downs, or not turnover on downs, it'll be a 3-and-out for the Raiders. Man, I really thought they were going to call a pass interference call there. They always call that when you get to the receiver on time, even though they think you get there early. And here comes Baker Mayfield onto the field. Baker's had a good season, which is kind of weird, because I didn't think when I started this series that I would play as well as I have with Baker. But 2,300 yards, 18 touchdowns, and 11 picks. Yes, the 11 picks are a lot, but that's just what you get when I'm behind the sticks. It doesn't matter who the quarterback. You can give me Patrick Mahomes, I'll throw 11 picks or more. So it literally doesn't matter who the quarterback is. I'm always going to throw picks just because I'm bad at reading defenses, and I make bad decisions. That's just who I am. That just comes with the territory. So it literally doesn't matter what quarterback I have. It just is amplified a little bit when it's a slightly worse quarterback. That's a great catch from Chris Godwin, who we did re-sign last episode, but we still haven't made our full decision yet on if we want to keep him around long term. Maybe we build him up and then we get even more value for him when we trade him. That could be a possibility. But speaking of building them up, Rashad, oh, what's happening, Rashad? Rashad, are you okay? What is going on with you, Rashad? Oh my God. Do we have another DeMar Hamlin situation going on? What's happening? Rashad White, what's happening? Please be okay. Oh my God, he's back out there. Oh my God, what in the world happened? He was having a seat. What is this? What is happening? I'm going to play this real time. What is this? What is happening? Oh my God. He's like a fish flopping on land. Oh my God. I don't know what's happening, man. Rashad White, what'd you do? This is like the start of a movie right here. This looks like the start of a movie. You get like a top-down angle of your player, of your main character. This is kind of funny, actually. I like this. Oh, why do we get blurry there? There we go. I might make this the thumbnail. Oh, that's funny. Okay. All right, back to it. Rachaad White's good. No problems. He's back healthy for the next play. Great blocks by Mike Evans on the outside, as you would expect. It's Mike Evans, one of the better wide receiver blocking wide receivers in all of the NFL. And Rachaad White, what I was gonna say before he had his attack on the field is Rachaad White leads the league in rushing yards right now. Barely. I think one of the guy behind him is very, very close, like within a couple of yards maybe. But if he has a good game like he's had, he didn't have a good game last against the Panthers because they were doing good against the run. But if he has another good game, he could really lead the league in rushing yards. And he already went up from star to superstar. If he continues to play well, he could win Offensive Player of the Year and go from superstar to X Factor. Even if he doesn't win Offensive Player of the Year, he could very well just naturally go up from superstar to X Factor. And then having an X Factor running back would be an awesome thing. I would love to have it. Because we have an X Factor wide receiver in Mike Evans. We would have an X Factor running back in Rachaad White. That'd be 2 X Factors on the offense. Obviously, Baker is not anywhere near an X Factor. He's still normal development. I'd love to get Baker up to star. If Baker wants to be the franchise quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I wouldn't necessarily be against that. I would be okay. As long as he's playing well and we're winning games, I don't really care who our quarterback is. If we're winning the games we need to win, and Baker's the guy for the job, then I don't really mind it. I would like to see him develop a little bit. I know he's a slightly older quarterback, which is going to be a little bit of a problem in Madden for him to develop. But if he can get the job done, speaking of developing, Jalen McMillan has had a phenomenal season for us so far, and he's still got a few more games left in the tank before the season ends. Can we punch this in before the end of the first quarter? We're going to get one more play. This could be the touchdown for Rachaad White. He's going to fight for it and get down to the 1. Good tackle by the Raider defense. And we will go down in the first quarter. Still 0-0. We wasted a lot of that clock there. I didn't even have chew clock on. We took a lot of time off that clock in the first quarter. And now we start the second quarter. First play, Rachaad White barrels his way in, gets stood up at the line, but he got the ball across the line, and he will get the touchdown, and we take the lead against the Raiders here at home. We will send the ball through the uprights, and it is 7-0 Buccaneers lead. Baker had some good throws. Rachaad White had some good carries. He also had a really good catch out of the backfield that got us into good field position. So I'm liking the way the offense is playing. I've liked how the offense has played most of the season, if we're being totally honest. And that has a lot to do with Baker. Even though we haven't asked Baker to do a whole lot this year, and we really cut back his responsibilities earlier after the early portion of the season when I was kind of struggling to throw the football with him. Now that we haven't really asked him to do too much except for just manage the offense, throw balls to Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and Jalen McMillan, we've progressed really well. So it's kind of obvious that is the game plan. Control Baker. Don't let him get too crazy, because when Baker gets too crazy, he starts to make mistakes. And when I get too... Oh, it's a great throw to Brock Bowers. I'm pretty sure it's Brock Bowers, not Michael Mayer. It is Brock. That's kind of unfortunate. That was a great throw, by the way. This could be a run. This is like I formation type of thing. We might go with a little bit of a blitz here. Try to get in the backfield. KJ Britt, Levante David. I made the mistake of not getting in the hole with Levante David there. And Madison, it ended up being a run, but Madison was right there for a good carry. 2nd down and 2. I think I've been more upset with how the defense has played this season than how the offense has played. Because the defense has played so wishy-washy. We've been such a roller coaster type of defense. Some games against really good teams, we play unbelievable, like we're a Super Bowl defense. Other games against slightly less competition, we get carved up. So, I don't know. Maybe that's me calling the plays. Although I'm not really technically calling plays. I'm just picking from the coach suggestions. So it's whatever the DC wants to call. But also, I am usering the D-line. Maybe that has a problem. Maybe that's why we don't get as many turnovers as we probably could. But I'm never going to use her linebacker or corner or DB. I'm just not that good. Trayvon Walker, get in there. Oh, that's a great run. And I messed up the tackle there. And I got stiff-armed out of my shoes by Alexander Madison. I messed that whole play up. Kalijah Cansey had a big game against Bryce Young last episode. He had like 2 sacks back to back. I don't expect him to get that against the Raider offensive line. That's amazing running from Alexander Madison. We had him stopped. Oh, Brock Bowers picks up an injury. That's not good for them. We had him stopped for a loss of like 3 or 4, and he was able to fight his way to gain to the 2. Oh, Devontae Adams, you're not going to make him drop those. He's got too strong hands. And the Raiders have tied it. The Raiders have tied the game at 7. That felt like a way more difficult drive on defense than the first drive. That first drive, we were kind of controlling. Not really having any problems. Not really having any problems. And then we kind of just... I don't know. We kind of just did not play very well that second drive. But we get a drive on offense here. Baker's done really, really well controlling the football. And Rachaad White's done really, really well. So we'll get that ball to Jalen McMillan. He'll sit down on it. Well, I tried to sit down on it, but Wilson will hit him and knock him down. But he holds on for the catch. Minute 49 to go in the first half. If we call this, that wasn't really the play call or the receiver that I was targeting there. I was looking at either McMillan or Evans, but Godwin's able to take it for a huge gain, so I guess it works. I was looking at the other side of the field for that. I think I might have to go Evans, and I got hit on the throw. I waited a little bit too long, and the receivers never really got open. I don't even think Evans was open on that. He might have caught it for maybe a gain of 1. I do have to roll here. If I can get that to McMillan, of course I can. Jalen McMillan. I'm loving him. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Love him. And we're moving the football with Baker Mayfield. I'm going to hand this off to Rachaad White. Maybe it's not a smart idea to go away from the pass, but it's always a smart idea when you've got Rachaad White. He only gained 3 out of that. It looked like at the beginning like he was going to get a ton of yards out of that, but only 3. K-Dot and McMillan are running the mesh. This feels like a McMillan throw, and it is. 3rd and inches. Under a minute to go in the half. I don't really like this play. I'm going to go back to the mesh. Mesh is always my go-to because Mike Evans gets open. It's not a great throw from Baker, but it's a good enough throw. Mike Evans down to the 1, and this could be a Rachaad White handoff. It very well could be. I think I'm just going to audible to a Rachaad White handoff. Just feed him. It's a great running look, and it's wide open. Rachaad White walks in. Rachaad White walks in. We are destroying this Raider defense. I will say that much. We are absolutely, utterly destroying the Raider defense. It is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Oh, where's this guy going? This little white boy, what's he doing? Okay, good job. I thought he was going to be able to make some sort of magical run out of that. All right, defense, let's play like we did in the first drive and not like the second drive. 25 seconds. They have all their timeouts, so they could make something happen here if Gardner Minshew's got some space. Pick that off. Oh, it's great gains. He was never going to pick that off, but that would have been an amazing thick 6 if he would have been able to hold on to that. Minshew like rolled to his left, but then stopped. Kind of weird. Hand off to Madison. He's kind of had a good drive last drive, but not a good drive the first drive. And they're not even going to call timeouts. They might get one more playoff here before the half. We get the ball, so they're making some decisions here, some business decisions. Madison with the ball on the handoff, and he's going to get stopped by his own guy and wrap him up. So it would have been a 4th and 8, but we will go to the half. Up 14-7. We get the ball. So if we can score again here, that would be pretty darn awesome. Pretty darn sick nasty. There's the kickoff. Trey Palmer back to receive. And Trey Palmer will have some room, and it closed quickly. That looked like a big gap, and it closed very, very quickly. All right. So we will come back onto the field. I might even turn shoe clock on, man. I'm not opposed to it. I might turn on a little bit of shoe clock here and run the ball with Rachaad White, although didn't even get a yard out of that. I could have sworn I got at least a yard. I guess not. The only problem I have with the Buccaneer playbook is they run a lot of motion. I'm not a big motion type of guy. I'm not opposed to it, but I'm just not. It's not my preferred play style on offense. And they do run hefty motion plays. 3rd and 3. We're going to hand this off to Rachaad White. I'm going to hope that the blocks are there, and he barely gets it. Oh, my God. That was not what I was hoping for. I mean, I was hoping for the first down, but I thought we'd get a little bit better blocking from the offensive line. We are struggling at guard. That is a big issue that we have. We have a great tackle in Tristan Wirfs. That's obvious. We have a okay center in Graham Barton. He's just a rookie, though. He's got a good future. But the rest of our offensive line is kind of just, eh. So I don't really know if I can trust the offensive line in the future, but that's a great run from Rachaad White. Oh, that wasn't even Rachaad White, that was Bucky Irvin. Bucky Irvin with a great run. He's now in. The rookie from Oregon getting a little bit of carry. He hasn't gotten the field much later in the season because Rachaad has just been dominating, but I mean, Bucky, if he's gonna... Oh, it's because of torn pec? No! It says he'll miss the rest of the season! Oh my God. Oh my God. Rachaad White tore his pec, and he's done for the season. It doesn't even give me a time limit. It just says out for season. Oh my God. Our entire offense, to an extent, was handing the ball to Rachaad White. And now he's done. Maybe the attack that he had in the very first play that he had this game where he was like bouncing on the ground, maybe that was a sign. Maybe I should have taken that as a sign. Oh my God, that's crazy. I don't know what we're going to do without Rachaad White because Max Crosby just murdered my entire soul right there. 2nd and 14. Without Rachaad White for the rest of the season, that's a culture shock right there. You may not think it's a culture shock because it's just a running back, but I mean, Rachaad White was my go-to offense. He was my safety blanket this year. And now Bucky Irving's going to have to be that. The rookie's going to get some reps. I like Bucky Irving, but he's going to have to get some reps. He's going to have to prove to us that he's worthy of the starting spot. 2nd and 7. Luckily, we're already into the second half in this game, so we can just kind of milk this clock and get out of here with a victory. Oh, I went the wrong way. But he's going to be able to break free. Mike Evans touchdown. Oh my God, I thought he was going to get brought down easily. But he was able, I think it might have been like a animation bump where the corner was playing on him the entire time, but as soon as he caught it, he kind of like bumped off him and got super slow. Let's watch it again quick. Yeah. As soon as he catches it, he gets too close to him like he's going to tackle him. But as soon as Mike Evans catches it, he kind of like gets bumped off in an animation bug. And can never catch it because Mike Evans got too much getaway speed. So it's 21-7. Tampa leads against the Vegas Raiders. This result was never really in doubt. We always kind of knew that we were going to be able to control this Raider team because they were not as good as us. But that loss to Rachaad White is going to be... it's devastating. Like I'm honestly devastated. We probably should get Bucky Irving off of the kick or the special teams as now that he's the starter. Because we don't have a backup plan. We've got Chase Edmonds as our backup plan. That cannot be what happens. Chase Edmonds this isn't 2016. Chase Edmonds cannot be our starting running back. Oh, that's a crazy catch by Devontae. I don't even know if that was who he was throwing to. He's playing it off like it was, but there was 2 guys, maybe even 3 guys that were in the vicinity of that pass. I don't even know who he was truly targeting there. 2nd and 2, Vita Vea, blow it up. Vita Vea, that's a one-on-one. It's got to be a pick. It's just got to be Jamel Dean, interception. One-on-one with Devontae Adams. He ran the route better than Devontae did. And Jamel Dean with the interception. Little high step, little prime time high step right there. And the Raiders have given the ball away. And you know what? We're just getting out of here. Chew clock. We're going to take as much time off as possible. The defense does their job. Bucky Irving, you're going to get some carry here. And Bucky will not get through. That was a bad block by Dwayne Brown. It wasn't even a block. That might have been Tyree Wilson who was in on that tackle there. And there's Chase Edmonds. Oh my God, that felt so slow. Is that Graham Barton? Who's injured now? No, it's Cade Otton. That's the 3rd time Cade Otton's been hurt this season. What is happening with Cade Otton? Do we need to look for a new tight end? Can this man not stay on the field? Mike Evans, fight for that first down, Mike. He got us to 4th and 1. We got to go for abdominal tear. He's got to be out for 4 weeks. That's usually what an abdominal tear does to the players. I'm not going to snap this in the third quarter. We've got a 4th and 1 situation, and we're in for it here. This is kind of insane. The injury bug has bitten us very, very often this season, but it got us crazy on that Rachaad White injury. Now, this looks like a favorable run. Look, they don't have a lot of guys on the left side, but he broke through, but Edmonds is able to get it. Thank God Chase Edmonds is able to get that first down. He got through unblocked. I thought we were going to be shut down immediately. We might have to sign a free agent running back because I don't know if Chase Edmonds is the guy. He's fine, but he's not Bucky Irving, obviously. He's not Rachaad White. We might have to look in there might be Dalvin Cook in there. Maybe Dalvin Cook can be a fill-in for us for the season behind, because it doesn't have to be the starter. Bucky's going to be the starter. We just need a guy that can get some carries that's better than Chase Edmonds. Man, I was not planning on having to look at running backs this season. I was hoping that we would be solid with the two with Rachaad White and Bucky, but looks like it's going to be Bucky and whoever we find in free agency. But Bucky's doing a good job, and this might benefit Bucky Irving in the long run because I want to develop Bucky Irving. I want him to be a great running back for us. He was just not getting a lot of usage because Rachaad White had such a great season. But maybe now that he's got the starting job, he's going to have the starting job for the rest of the year. Maybe this is going to be the way that Bucky develops. It's got to be. Otherwise, we're going to be in trouble when it comes to the playoffs. Now, without Rachaad White, how are we going to beat the Cowboys without Rachaad White? That's going to be, it's going to be so frustrating. And that's unbelievable change of direction from Chase Edmonds. How do you not get that first down, Chase? You cannot be that bad. All right, let's hand this ball off to Bucky Irving. Cut it back inside. He breaks the tackle. He would have got the first down even if he didn't break the tackle, but breaking the tackle allowed him to get a lot of yards out of that. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. We have taken the entire fourth quarter away, basically. It's 21-7. That's exactly what we needed to do. Exactly what we needed to do. And we will try our very best to score one more touchdown, put this game out of reach. It's kind of out of reach already, but Bucky might get in here. No, he can't. He got stopped very close. And they're going to call timeouts. 21-7 when we're at the 2-yard line. You're down 2 possessions, about to be down 3. You're calling timeouts. Kind of an odd choice for the Raiders. But Bucky Irving will punch it in, and that'll be ball game, basically. It's a 3-touchdown lead with 1:53 to go and 2 timeouts for the Vegas Raiders, and their offense has really done nothing except for the one drive they scored. The rest of the game, they've done nothing. So I don't know if I feel very confident if I'm a Raider fan. I don't know. They might be going to 5-8, and we might be going to 9-4. McLaughlin will send the kick away into the danger zone, or I guess the landing zone. I like to call it the danger zone, though. Oh, this white boy's got some moves. He's got some rhythm. And he takes it up to the 39-yard line. Who is that guy? I don't even know. Whoever it is, he's doing pretty good on kick returns. And with 1:46 to go and 2 timeouts, the Raiders will try to claw their way back and make this a little bit more of a game than it has been. Jacoby Myers with a nice catch, runs out of bounds. Winfield pushes him out. All right. Jacoby Myers was also the one who had that drop earlier in the game when we forced the punt on their first drive. It's going to be a screen. It's a great screen. And here is the running back, number 23. Who is it? Who is that guy? I guess I could just take a look at the depth chart, but that seems like a lot of work. He's out there again. I'm going to use Trayvon Walker here. Walker, get through. Interception. Oh, Christian Izzian was kind of like in an animation or something. He kind of like got pushed away or something. I don't know what it was, but he couldn't get his hand in there. Could not get his hand in there. Packers killed the Lions. Not Dolphins, Packers. Packers killed the Lions. Come on, get a sack on. It's Gardner Minshew. Get a sack. There it is. Logan Hall sack on Gardner Minshew. That was one of the big reasons why I wanted Logan Hall to start, because I wanted him to develop, get some more reps. Gardner's going to scramble again. Trayvon Walker will wrap him up. I don't know what Gardner was doing there. He could have ran and got out of the sack, but Trayvon Walker will track him down, and that's back-to-back sacks for the Buccaneer defense. Gardner's not very fast. 3rd and 20, under 40 seconds left in this game. It's going to be 3 straight. Is that Tryon Shoyinka? It is. 3 straight sacks for the Tampa defense. It's 4th and 25, and one more would be the icing. He's going to go for it. It's going to be knocked incomplete and a turnover by the Buccaneer defense. 3 straight sacks is just too hard to come back from. I mean, what do you want to do about that? That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. We will kneel it down, and we will get out of here 28-7 with a big, big victory. We move to 9-4 on the season, and I think I'm going to hold it to just one game today. We'll do a doubleheader in the next episode with the Chargers and the Cowboys, because that Cowboys game I want to put a lot of focus on, because that's a massive game. That is going to be a massive, massive game. But a big one here. Baker he managed the game very well. 178 yards, a touchdown to Mike Evans. He did very, very well. But that Rachaad White injury is going to be massive. Bucky Irving gets an upgrade point. That's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Good job, Bucky. But this is... Oh, and Kate Otton's going to be on here too. 4 weeks, 29 weeks for Rachaad White. He's going to be out for the start of next year. Well, there goes his Offensive Player of the Year hopes. That's devastating. We got to put him on IR to free up the roster spot. 29 weeks with a torn pec. Kate Otton's out for the rest of the season, maybe? He'll be back for the playoffs, but for the rest of the season, he's done. That is crazy. 29 weeks for Rachaad White. He was the leader. Look at that. 222 attempts, 1,000. What am I saying? 222 attempts, 1,121 yards, and 16 touchdowns. I'm so flabbergasted he's out for 29 weeks that I can't even speak. Kenneth Walker's right there. He's going to eventually pass him within the next couple of episodes. That's devastating, man. Absolutely devastating. We take on the Chargers in the next episode. They're 3-10. They're garbage. The Cowboys lost. They lost this past week. So they're now 11-2. Oh my God. If they lose again, that makes us 10-4. They'd be 11-3 when we played them. If we beat them, we could be the 1 seed. Oh my God. I don't think they're going to lose, but... Well, we got to sign a free agent running back now. And maybe even a free agent tight end. I don't even know. Jerick McKinnon, Jamal Williams, Cordell Patterson, Latavius Murray, Dalvin Cook is here, Nyheim Hines. Who do we sign? Who's the fastest? Nguanu's 94 speed, 94 excel. He's a 68 overall. Matt Breida's here. Matt Breida wouldn't be awful. We have Sean Tucker, actually, who's on our practice squad. He's 92 speed. Maybe we just call him up? Or maybe we just trust an actual veteran? Maybe we just trust an actual veteran. We could go Jamal Williams. I wouldn't be opposed to that. Or we go Dalvin Cook. I think I might go Dalvin Cook. We signed Dalvin Cook to the roster. And I probably need to sign another tight end, too. Logan Thomas, Robert Tonyan, Jimmy Graham, Drew Sample, Manhurts, O.J. Howard. We could bring O.J. Howard back. That might be something. Grant Calcaterra. Ooh. Maybe we sign Grant Calcaterra from the practice squad. You know what? I might take a look at the practice squad. Who's on the practice squad for some of these teams? Brevin Spanford. We have Devin Copeland on our practice squad. We could call him. He's got 90 speed, 92 excel at tight end. Oh my God. Maybe we just call him up. What's his catching like? Can I see his catching? No, I can't. Oh, I might have passed it already. Where's his catching at? His route running is not great. He's garbage actually. But he's fast. His catching 76. His catching traffic 73. But he's fast. I might just call him up. We might just call him up from the big leagues. Or to the big leagues. Because that's an insane injury. We have no backup quarterback. We have John Wolford as our backup quarterback. We now have Dalvin Cook, who will back up Bucky Irving for the rest of the season. We're fine at wide receiver for right now. And then tight end, we should probably let go of Payne Durham and then call up that dude. So Payne Durham gets cut. We will go to the practice squad and call up... is that Kurt Warner? Oh, Cade Warner. Call up Devin Culp. Congratulations, big dog. You're going to get possession as your upgrade point. Maybe he has a phenomenal magical season. I don't know. But he's a rookie, so who knows? Do we have anybody else here? Travis Dye. No, there's nobody else that I want to call up from the practice squad. All right. So I think those are going to be our final decisions. Maybe I should sign a backup quarterback too, just in case, just to have somebody backing up Baker. Tannehill, Jacoby Brissett. He got released by the Patriots, it looks like. Blaine Gabbert. Oh my God, what is this backup? I'd rather have freaking Walford. This is a bad backup quarterback market. Kellen Mond's not horrible, but he is horrible. If Tannehill's the fastest quarterback in free agency, we're in trouble. Trace McSorley's. I'm just going to stick with Wolford. The free agent market is not good for quarterbacks. Oh, but I'm sad. I'm sad. We lose one of our best offensive weapons. Maybe the best offensive weapon. We generate the best lineup. Yeah, our offensive guards are just in a little bit of a bad state here. Bucky will get the start. Dalvin will be the backup. We're moving McMillan back up because I did the old generate the best lineup thing. So Culp will be backing up Irv Smith. Defensively, are we still looking good now that we have that? Yeah, we're still looking good now that I did the generate best lineup thing. Just make sure that we're doing the same stuff on specialists. So slot receiver, this is where I want to switch it back to McMillan. And then Pierce. Third down running back is not going to be Chase Edmonds. It's going to be Bucky Irving. And then Dalvin Cook will be the power back. We need to make sure this is good. This is good. The rush right end, I think, is fine with Shoyinka. Sub linebacker is fine at Levante David. Rush D tackle Vita Vea is fine. Maybe we make the slot corner Christian Izzian. That might be something. You know what? I might do that. Let's make the slot corner Christian Izzian just to get him a little bit more reps. The rush left end I want to be Trayvon Walker. That's fine. Okay, I'm fine with all that stuff. All right, next episode, Bucky Irving will get some reps. He will become the starter for the first time this year, and we will eventually find out his development tree. I'm assuming it's just star. I don't know why it wouldn't be anything else. But what an episode. We lose our number one running back. It's almost like I predicted it with taking that screenshot of Bucky Irving on the ground like that early in the game. Oh, that's just the worst thing that could ever happen, and it happened. So I'll catch you guys next episode. We got a big one. We got to take on the bad Chargers, which should be an easy win. Then we have to take on the 11-win Cowboys, who could be 12-win by that point. That's going to be a massive, massive game. You don't want to miss the next episode. We're getting ever so close to the playoffs. We're a 9-win team. We currently sit at the 2 seed. A couple more wins, we lock up the division. This is going to be a crazy end of the season stretch. We got weeks 15, 16, 17, 18. 4 games left. Probably 2 doubleheaders. So 2 episodes left. It's going to be absolute insanity. You do not want to miss it. If you enjoyed this one, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Pray for me, because Rachaad White being out for a season, pretty much, is going to be tough. So, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for stopping by. Peace.